Yo, what's good, y'all? So I just updated my studio setup. Yes, my studio setup. It's been a long time coming. I think it's dope. I think y'all think it's dope. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and like this video. And let me go ahead and show y'all what I got.
Mr. Steve, y'all.
Yo, before I even talk about my freaking studio setup, I have to talk about where I started. So when I first started, I literally only had a Dell computer. It was slow. I couldn't even do anything with it. I had the FL Studio free trial. I was using like a freaking performance microphone, like a cheap $10, $15 microphone. And luckily enough, my dad is a minister of music at my church, so I would use his piano, where I was able to connect it to my laptop to record. And even before then, I was using like another interface that was pretty terrible, but it got the job done. I was able to record and really start me making music, and really started the whole process of me showcasing what I can do. I probably using like some Apple headphones. Better yet, it wasn't even Apple. It was like freaking Skull Candies or something. I was using my closet for the microphone booth, and I had the egg cartons on the wall. It was pretty bad, but hey, here I am now. I think ever since that moment, once I started to realize that I love music, year by year by year, I started to add to my setup. And here I am now. Okay, so right about now, you probably don't hit that subscribe button, but let me go ahead and first tell you about my thought process of my setup. So of course, if you watch my previous apartment video, you'll see that I have a convertible apartment in downtown Chicago. So I had to find out a way to make a lot with a little space. So luckily enough for me, I'm able to have this window area, I guess you can call it, where I'm able to kind of put a small little desk. Because I was able to fit that desk, I wanted to at least fit as much things on it as possible without overcrowding it. I knew I needed a piano. I knew I needed 2 screens because I was originally using my laptop screen and it was just not enough. But yeah, to make it work, I had to use something small and enough to be able to fit in this small little tiny space. And here's what I have. The desk and stuff is a on-stage desk. It has 3 different levels. It also have an additional if I can pull it out. I also have an additional piece for the keyboard itself, but obviously because I'm limited with space, I couldn't really use this one. But yeah, I think it's nice. When I was looking for desks, I was actually considering the stand-up desk because I knew that I would probably be working from here, I'd be producing, and I'd be moving back and forth. I didn't want to really just stay stationary. So I was considering stand-up desks, I was considering even a basic desktop desk, just to have more space, but I realized that I needed to do more with a little. I ended up getting this desk, which was really perfect. It allowed me to have space for my keyboard, my piano, my beat pad, a computer keyboard, my mouse, and 2 desktop monitors, along with the ability to connect a mic to the desk as well. So let me show you what else I got on my desk. I have a M Audio piano. I had this ever since, probably since I was in college. So I wanna say sophomore year when I first got my first apartment. And it's really been here ever since. I've been kicking it with it, and it does everything I needed to do. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I don't never use the knobs at all. Like, the most I use is really the keys and the beat pad, and I actually connect it to a DAW like Logic. Let's talk about the computer. So before I was using a Logic Pro, I wanna say a 2014 version. It was good, it was lasting me for a while, but unfortunately it just kept freezing up because obviously the processor was just too slow. So I ended up getting the new Mac Mini. It is treating me very well. I upgraded it to a 16GB RAM, and it does everything I needed to do. It is running Mac OS Big Sur, and it's running with the Apple M1 chip. So I wanted to check it out. All the advertisements said it was dope. And being that I do a lot of video editing as well as producing, I said, you know what, let me go ahead and invest. It costed me about maybe $600 to $700 for it. but it was definitely worth it, and it's worth it so far. Let's talk about the software that I have. So I'm using Logic Pro X. Shout out to my boy Romeo for giving me the download, you know what I'm saying? Everybody needs that friend that has the free download, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not, you know? But that's what I mostly use for my DAW. And on top of that, I just got this new thing called Machine. It is pretty dope. I use Machine pretty much for all of my beats and samples and things of that nature. I was caught using it in Alabama and I got hooked. So here I am now, making an Amazon purchase, and I'm stuck with it. I know. So yeah, I'm using the Machine, and I have a good amount of pads that really allow for the Machine and at least the M Audio to really showcase a lot out of just 2 devices. So if you don't have these 2 devices, I definitely recommend it for sure. Now let's talk about the other stuff. For example, my mic. So I'm using a Audio-Technica AT2020, but the USB version. I also have the condenser mic as well, but for some reason, you know, you drop it one time and it starts to become staticky, you know what I'm saying? So, clumsy on me. Along with this microphone, I have a nice, dope microphone stand. I couldn't think of the name. I have a microphone stand that connects to my desk. I think it's very convenient because I can literally move it anywhere I want it to go, and I can move it out of my way as well. So I think it's just a nice touch and a nice add. It's very convenient. And even when I have people over to record, I literally move it over. I can produce for them and they can still be in the general area as well as see my screen, which is very key. So also on my desk, on top of the M Audio and the Machine, I have this beautiful thing right here called the Akai MPK Mini. So this is something that I use mostly to travel with. I really don't use it on my desk too much. Usually when you're producing, a lot of people may not have a piano. So knowing that I make a lot of piano driven beats, I definitely need this to really make it set off and make it easier for me. I mean, I also think it looks cool on my desk with the black and white, you know what I'm saying? So next up on my desk, I have the 2 monitor displays. So I'm using a HP 1080 screen that's connected to my Mac Mini. I also have a Skeptra screen as well. I am a huge fan of the HP monitor. It is very big. I at first was gonna get just a one big curved screen, but I figured, you know what? I already have the Skeptra, I might as well use it. Also on my desk, I have a level up keyboard. This is something that I bought from General Dollar, or Dollar General. It cost me about $5. It was on sale for the holidays, so I figured why not get it because I needed one. I also have 2 things. I have a trackpad, which is super dope. I used to always use the trackpad on the MacBook as well, and I feel as though I got so used to editing with the zoom features on the trackpad. So I figured why take that away and bring it back. So I use the trackpad along with the Logitech keyboard mouse, and that combination is perfect. Now what is my Machine on? So it's actually sitting on top of a freaking laptop stand, but I have my laptop on there, and because I'm not using my laptop anymore, I figured, you know what, let me go ahead and put this to use. It gives enough separation between my keyboard and my Machine, and I'm able to just easily, you know, record and add some patterns on there as well without it being in the way or having to constantly move it, because I was moving stuff all the time. Goodness. I also have a Bell Ringer Euphoria UMC22. Now this is my audio interface. I used to use it for my microphone, my AT2020 condenser microphone. But obviously since I got the USB, I don't need it no more. I keep it on my desk just in case I want to record a guitar within Logic or just to listen on my speakers. And that's the transition. So here's my speakers. So I'm using a Resolve SE Samsung speakers. It's freaking amazing. Like I've been using that since maybe my 3rd year in college, I wanna say. I was in Florida and actually my ex-girlfriend's stepdad had the Resolve SEs. So it sounded amazing, and I said, you know what, I needed them ever since that moment. And here I am now, still to this day with the Samsung Resolves. And on top of that, I also have a couple of headphones as well. I have the Beats headphones, but I mostly use the Audio-Technicas that I have here. Pretty amazing, great for mixing. And honestly, I've been using these for a while, probably since I graduated college, and it's really done justice. I also got these 2 cool saxophones. So I have a basic E2 student saxophone that I've been using ever since I first started playing the sax, the 6th grade. I always said I was gonna upgrade my saxophone, but to be honest, this has really been doing me justice. It's probably costed my parents like 100, you know, as I said, my parents, right? But it costed my parents like 150 bucks for this thing, and I made so much good stuff with it to the point where I want to keep it just to have as like a sentimental value, maybe. I don't know, I might upgrade someday. I also have a way better saxophone, my soprano saxophone. This costed me a bang for my buck. It is a Antigua black and gold saxophone. It is pretty amazing. Let me see if I can get this on the camera. It was about a $1,000 purchase, I want to say. But yeah, being that I love the saxophone, I had to get it. I always wanted a soprano saxophone, and I think the sound is very impeccable. For my chair, I am using this medicine ball slash whatever slash chair, but it is very good for your back. It's easy to move, and it's probably one of the best things or investments that I've made when it comes to at least the ergonomics of my setup. Behind me, you'll see a lot of records, so I wanted to kind of have the same effect that I have in my apartment here with all the records on the wall. I basically just put up all of the different individual records to set the vibe. So I have one of my favorite vinyls, Ventura. I have Sir Chasing Summers. I thought it was a very nice color. I thought the Gold Links, the Spora was a nice color. D'Angelo Brown Sugar is white, so why not use it? Knowledge, his 1988 vinyl with the purple, I thought was dope. And then the classic with Aretha Franklin. You have to mix the new school and the old school, you know what I'm saying? Like the new all the way to the old. So yeah, man, that's pretty much my setup. It works perfectly for me. I love it. It's very, very, very minimal, but also it has everything that I need personally. If I had to give a better if, I would definitely look for more chord management. Right now, my chords are pretty much all over the place. It's not the best setup there. So I'll probably look at ways to maybe reduce the amount of chords that I have, if that's even possible, or maybe join everything together. So if you have a suggestion, definitely comment that below in the comment section. Other than that, let me know how y'all feel about my home studio setup. Again, I enjoy it. I include all the stuff that I have in my bio, so y'all can go ahead and click it and y'all be good to go from there. I'm thinking about doing videos for how to build your own studio for maybe over $1,000, under $1,000, under $500, and maybe under $100. So if you want to see that video, definitely comment that below in the comment section and I'll get that done for you. Again, you don't need all of this stuff if you're a beginner. All you really need is just the computer itself, and you can do the rest on there. But if you're looking to upgrade your stuff that you currently have, hopefully this video is meant for you. Other than that, subscribe to the channel, like this video, tell me how you feel, and remember, your only limitations are those of your own mind. Stevie TV out.
Mr. Steve, y'all.